Let's look at homework exercise number 16 from section 11.6. We're given a table that shows the educational attainment of the population of Mars ages 25 and over expressed in millions. Find the probability that a randomly selected Martian age 25 and over has not completed 4 years or more of college. Okay, has not completed. These are the 4 or more. These are the ones that have completed less than 4 years of college, right? So we've got males and females, and they do give us totals. So we got the 28, less than 4 years of high school, 59, 4 years of high school, and some college, plus 44, okay? We're going to add those together, and we're going to divide by the total number to get the probability. And again, the total number is given here, 173, okay? So again, we want not completed 4 years, so we want everyone except this column here. So then we've got males and females, and column number 1 is 28 total, plus 4 years of high school, there's 59 total, plus less than 4 years of college is 44 total. So we have 131 students that have not completed 4 years of college. Now to get the probability, divide by the total, which is 173. Okay, and then we want a simplified fraction, so hit your math key and then hit enter to highlight fractions. Fractions highlighted, hit enter again, and it gives us the answer in reduced form. In this case, there's no reducing. 131 over 173. Let's look at homework exercise number 17. The table shows the educational attainment of the population of Mars age 25 and over, expressed in millions. Find the probability randomly selecting a Martian age 25 and over has completed 4 years of high school only or is a male. Okay, so probability of 4 years high school or a male. Okay, so probability, so it's a probability of 4 years high school plus probability of a male, and then minus the overlap, which is the 4-year high school and a male. Okay, remember we got to subtract the overlap. So probability of has completed 4 years of high school only. Okay, right here the total is 58 out of a total 58 in that category out of the entire sample 169. The number of males, again, males is in row 1. They add them up for you. 14, 29, 22, and 27 gives us a total of 87. So 87 out of 169. But then we counted the males that have high school, 4 years of high school only. We counted those twice, so that's the number of those is 29. So we've got to subtract 129 over 169. Okay, we counted the males that have 4 years only of high school twice, so we had to subtract it. Okay, so now we can go ahead and do the computations on our calculator. We can just do 58 plus 87 minus 29, and then just do the division by 169. Okay, so again, we've got so we've got the 4 years of high school only was 58. The total number of males is in row 1, 87, that totals. And then minus the 4 years of high school only and the males, we counted that twice, so we got to subtract 29, the overlap. So we get 116 divided by the entire sample, which is 169. And then we can go to math, hit enter to highlight fraction, hit enter, and then go ahead and do that. And again, the fraction does not simplify. 116 over 169. Okay. Number 18, if the person is randomly selected from the population represented in the bar graph, find the probability that they are not in the Navy. Okay? So probability of not in the Navy, you could either add up the Army, Air Force, and Marines, and then add up, and that means, or you could just get the Navy and subtract from the total. Again, if you just want to do the Army, if they're not in the Navy, they could be in the Army, which would be 420 and 10, which would be 430, right? Males and female. The Air Force would be 370, so 370 both males and female, and Marines 170 men, 80 women would be 250. So we add those numbers together, and now we're going to divide by the total, which would be the 430 plus, counting the Navy, 380 plus 370, and including the Navy, Air Force, and the Marines, 250, okay? So this is going to give us our probability of not in the Navy. We want the number in the Army, Air Force, and Marines. Okay? So now we can do this on our calculator. Okay? Again, the number in the Army is 430. The number in the Air Force is 370. The number in the Marines is 250. Okay, so we get 1,050 is going to be in our numerator. Now, the total is going to be these three plus the Navy, which is 320 plus 60, which is 380. So we'll just go ahead and add the Navy to get the total, right? Which is 1430. So the total of everyone is 1430. The Army, Air Force, and Marines add up to 1,050. So 1,050 divided by the total in the entire graph, which is 1430, and that gives us our answer. Okay, so we get math, and we want a simplified fraction. So again, math, hit enter. We've got fractions highlighted, so hit enter to select fraction, hit enter again, and it reduces it in, gives it in reduced form, which is 105 over 143. Okay. Now again, we could have gotten a total 1430 and then subtract the number in the Navy, right? Not in the Navy, so we subtract 380 and we get left 1,050 divided by the total 1430, and then math, fraction, and there's our answer. So we could have done it with a subtraction too. All right, very good. Number 19, find the probability again, randomly selecting a person is in the Navy or is a man. So probability in the Navy or a man. Okay, so probability in the Navy plus the probability of a man, and then we got to subtract the overlap, probability of somebody that is in the Navy and is a man, and Navy and man. Okay, so probability of Navy. In the Navy, we've got 320 and 80. In this case, is 400. Now, okay, we've got to get a total. So we'll get that in a minute. We'll get the total. Plus the men, the probability of a man would be, again, it would be, if we just do this, there's 170 men in the Marines, 300 in the Air Force, 320 in the Navy, 420 in the Army. So the total number of men is 9, 11, 1, 5, 8, 12, 10. So the number of men is 1210. Now, what did we do? We counted the Navy men twice, right? The Navy men is 320, so we're going to subtract 320, and again, we're going to divide by the total, so we got to get the total. So we have that the Navy, number in the Navy is 400, number of men is 1210. The men in the Navy is 320, that's the overlap. Okay, now we've got to find the total. Okay, so first we've got to find the total. Okay, so we've got, for totals, the Marines is 230 plus Air Force 370 is 370 plus Navy 320 and 80 is 400 men and women, and in the Army 420 and 10 is a total of 430. So we get the 1430. Okay, that's the total. Now again, the number in the Navy was 380. The number of men we said was 1,210. We're subtracting the number of men in the Navy, which is 320, the overlap. And that is the number, 1270, in the Navy or a man, and then divide by the total in the entire sample, 1430. And then go ahead and get a simplified fraction math, hit enter twice, and we get 127 over 143. Okay, maybe I got the number of men wrong. Let's see here. The number of men is 170 plus 300 plus 320 plus 420 is 1210. Okay, so we have 1210. The number in the Navy is 400. Okay, plus 400. Okay, and then minus the number of men in the Navy, which is 320. And we get a total of 1290. Okay, all right, 1290. I think I just made a computational mistake. 1290 divided by 1430. And we get 0.90 and get the fraction. Let's try 129 over 143. There we go. Okay, so I think what I did was I just put in the wrong numbers. It's the 1210 plus the 400 minus 320 is 129. Okay, yeah, okay, so that's where I made my mistake. All right, very good. If you have any questions on any of these problems, this is your email, your math teacher, Dr. Swears, using the inbox through the Canvas course. If you still need more help, I appreciate you watching and listening to this video. I hope you found it helpful. Thank you.